Welcome back to Leeds lately, everybody. Leeds United today facing off against the league leaders Arsenal at home. Battle of the set pieces, I think we shall call it. Saka out, someone's saying. I know that Saka was on the team sheet for Arsenal coming into this one until very, very recently. Yeah, Saka's in the team sheet as of an hour ago, so unless he's injured himself in training. Mikel Merino's out for them, but as it stands, I can't see anybody else out for them. Let's have a look. Can't see it anywhere that anyone's saying that. Saka warm-up injury. All right, we'll have to see who that. We'll have to see who replaces him. If we have a little look at the bench for them, they've got Martinelli, Madueke, Eze, all that can kind of go out there and play that role. Or you can put Havertz out there and bring on another central midfielder, maybe in Martin Odegaard. But we'll have to see who they replace there. That's a really poor pun. Calvert-Lewin-Golski. It just doesn't really work. But yeah, we'll have to see who replaces Saka then, because as it stands, he's still on the team sheet, and I can't get any update on that until we start. But thanks for the update, everybody. Welcome, of course, to all of our Leeds Lately members, like Chewy Backer, like Dave Durave, like Karen Curtin, Smithart 101, Robert Wetzel, of course, now a moderator. That's the word I'm thinking of. Couldn't think of the word then. Shout out Chaz Loves Leeds as well, included in our normal Leeds Lately subscribers. Thank you all for joining me, and you, Ben, as well. Chaz saying, hi everyone, same stats for this afternoon. Some stats for this afternoon, sorry. One of the teams we have played most, with this being our 108th meeting. Our home record against Arsenal is 125, drawn 15, lost 13. Always good to have those stats coming in from Chaz. Thank you very much, Chaz, for that. Oh yeah, I'm just watching there. He got injured in a rondo, so he's trying to run through the circle there, and he just pulls up a little bit, and I don't know what is. I don't know why that has happened. So what I'm going to do is, I think it looks like it's going to be Noni Madueke who replaces Saka. So let's have a little look. Madueke is number 20. I shall put him on the lineup now. Seems like it is going to be Madueke who replaces him. So if I put that in there you go. You should be able to see it now. Of course, I'll show the Leeds lineup very, very shortly. But as it stands, welcome everybody else who is joining us. This is going to be a difficult fixture, but if Leeds can get ahead with a set piece and give ourselves something to hold on to, then we've always got a chance, haven't we? Welcome everybody who's joining us. We shall have a little look at the Leeds United lineup now as we switch over from the Arsenal team to the Leeds side. Welcome everybody. Oh, I've got it as 4-3-3 because that's what we had last time, and it's definitely not a 4-3-3. So let me just change that for you, my fellow Leeds fans. 3-5-2 once more. Here we go. So Darlow in goal. Then you've got Bogle at right centre back. Bogle at right wing back. Then you've got Justin at right centre back. Rodon at central centre back. Strauch at left centre back. Goodmanson is back and playing out on the left hand side. Then in the midfield, a midfield three of Ampadu, Gruev, and Stack. And then, of course, ahead of them, Aronson in a bit of a free roll with Calvert-Lewin up front. Aronson, of course, hopefully arriving in the box late to score, but will be given a bit more of a free role to kind of float around and help people from both sides during the build-up phase. That's the way it stands at the moment with the Leeds United lineup. The Leeds United bench consists of Lucas Perry, who apparently a bid came in from Turkey during the week for him, Sean Longstaff, Joel Piroux, Noah Okafor, Altanaka, Sebastian Bornau, Sam Byram, Wilfred Nyonto, and Facundo Buonanotte is back once more on the bench after his debut off the bench in the last game. So that's the Leeds United bench. The Arsenal bench is Mosquera, Ben White, Martin Odegaard, Gabriel Jesus, Eze, Martinelli, Arrizabalaga, Madueke. It was Madueke. It's now Saka, who is injured for the game. And Riccardo Calafiori is the Arsenal bench. Remember, everybody, listen to Robert. He knows what he's talking about. Remember, everyone, get your stream synced up. No early shout-outs. And like the stream. Leeds fans, I'm a Leeds fan, and Leeds will not score. You have forgotten that we also are good at set pieces. We have a chance. We have a chance to do it. Do you know what? It's ridiculous that in this day and age, to go between London and Leeds, they're going, oh my God, Arsenal were forced to get the coach to Leeds. I did see that, obviously, yeah. But the fact that Arsenal were forced to get the coach to Leeds, they should be getting the coach anyway instead of getting a private jet and destroying the environment. So it's ridiculous that our clubs get private jets between locations within the UK. It's absolutely ridiculous. Welcome, everybody who is joining us. Saka is injured in the warm-up, yeah. Saka has actually been really poor this season. I think he scored 2 goals, and one of them was against us on match day 2. So it's one of those things, isn't it, that his historical efforts of being a very good winger have given him a bit of credit in the bank. But when you actually look at his statistics this season, Saka has actually had a really poor output in terms of goals and assists. So he isn't necessarily actually as much of a threat this season as what he has been in previous years. Shout out Chewy. Chewy with the £5 super chat. Really appreciate that, Chewy. Thank you very much. Come on, you Whites. Early goal and no sitting back, please. Yeah, if we score a goal, let's try to continue to play in the exact same way we were playing before. Thank you very, very much for the super chat, Chewy. I really, really appreciate that. That should have all been liked by me now. I just want to check that the stream is monetized and everything. Yeah, everything's perfect. Thank you for that, Chewy. Really appreciate it. Let's just hope that Farker is Johnny on the spot with subs. Yeah, I think he should have really... I mean, he should already have learnt that lesson, but he should really have learnt a lesson from the Everton game about... Excuse me. About sitting off it and just kind of allowing things to happen, allowing games to get away from him. So let's hope that he just makes some subs. Yeah, look, we've got a strong bench as well, haven't we? We've got a really strong bench. Like, remember when we were up last time, and sometimes our bench would consist of Archie Gray as a 15-year-old, a load of extra subs who were really not up to scratch, and the we just didn't really have anything to kind of come off the bench and affect a game. But now we actually do. Let's make sure we actually use it. But as it stands now, we've got a very, very strong bench. Yeah, Calvert-Lewin could Saliba and Gabriel are obviously brilliant in the air, but there's always a chance that somebody with a clever run like Calvert-Lewin, can't think of his name. His name's shut on the screen, so what am I doing? Could easily get on the right side of them and put one in the back of the net. No, I saw footage of it, Robert. I know you're joking, but I saw footage of it. And he was literally in a rondo and just pulled up. Weakest on the bench is Byram. So to have only one is impressive, really. Yeah, Chewy's saying about Sam Byram not really being a Premier League option, but everybody else on the bench is definitely. You've got bags of Premier League experience on the bench. You've got a youngster in Facundo Buonanotte with a lot to prove. Wilfried Gnonto as well. Then you've got experience from the German league in Sebastian Bornau, who's been really good when he's come in. Tanaka and Longstaff can easily do a good job in the midfield. Joel Peru and Noah Okafor as forward options. We've got a very, very strong bench. Not as strong as Arsenal's, mind, but they are top of the league. And just before as we head out, here's the Arsenal team. Raya in goal with Timber, Saliba, Gabriel and Hincapié as the back four. Havertz, Zubimendi and Rice are in the midfield. Out on the right wing was Bukayo Saka, who has actually pulled up in the warm-up injured and has been replaced by Noni Madueke, with Trossard over on the left-hand side and Victor Gyökeres as the central striker for the Gunners, as Leeds face up against them. Leeds United lineup then for this game is Karl Darlow in goal. James Justin, Joe Rodon and Pascal Struijk are the three centre-backs, with Bogle and Goodmanson as the wing-backs. Ampadu, Gruev and Stack sat in midfield just behind Brennan Aronson, who plays in a free role with Calvert-Lewin up front. And then, of course, there is a very strong bench as well for Leeds United, which consists of Lucas Perry, Sean Longstaff, Joel Peru, Noah Okafor, Ao Tanaka, Sebastian Bornau, Sam Byram, Wilfried Gnonto, and Facundo Buonanotte. I think our lineup's fine. I think a lot of people are really hating on Gruev, but I really don't think Gruev is. That Metcha's not on the bench either. Didn't think about that. So the Arsenal lineup then. Should put that back on the screen. Raya, Timber, Saliba, Gabriel, and Hincapié make up the back five, and then in front of them is a midfield three of Zubimendi, Rice, and Havertz, with Trossard, Madueke out on the wings and Gyökeres up front. In fact, it's actually much more likely to be a 4-2-3-1 with Havertz in the 10. I don't know why they on Google they've put it out wrong, but let's put it back over to the Leeds lineup. And of course, on the bench for Arsenal is Mosquera, Ben White, Martin Odegaard, Gabriel Jesus, Eberechi Eze, Gabriel Martinelli, Kepa Arrizabalaga, Noni Madueke, and Riccardo Calafiori. It is just about 3 o'clock. Kickoff is just going to be up in just a second. Of course, try not to spoil the game for me. No spoilers. Don't say if a goal goes in until I've reacted to it. You can even try and sync up your footage with mine, and it allow you to not miss it when I react to the goal. And of course, You don't want to spoil it for me because I will then watch it and go, oh, we've scored, but I already knew that. It's got to be a surprise. Daniel Farke and Mikel Arteta having a little hug, getting ready for the start of this one. Leeds United versus Arsenal. And it's live! Declan Rice then. Getting ready to take the kickoff here for Arsenal against Leeds. And we are underway here at Elland Road. Come on, Leeds! Brennan Aronson trying to carry the ball forward here. Timber trying to get back and stop him. He's done well there, Aronson, and eventually he loses it, but I thought it could have been a foul there, but maybe he was a little bit soft according to the referee. Commentators saying that the atmosphere is electric in Elland Road. Calvert-Lewin. Aronson's got in behind here. It's too long. The heavy touch there. Good pressure by Saliba was enough to put Aronson off, make him take a heavy touch. Here's Gabriel. Leeds seem to be putting a bit of a high press on in the early stages here. Here's Ampadu. Calmly just knocks the ball back to Rodon. Shout out Justin Odell. Smash the like, everyone. Come on, Leeds. Thank you, Justin. I really, really appreciate the super chat. It goes a long way. Thank you very, very much. Leave that up just for a second. Here's Noni Madueke. Tries to get the ball into Havertz. And that's going to be a Arsenal corner kick. You don't want to be giving Arsenal a corner 1 minute and 20 seconds in. I sincerely hope... Thanks, Justin. We'll just take that one off the screen now so we can all see. I sincerely hope that we are just as strong without Bornau and Biol in that back line. Remember, guys, no spoilers at any point. Just as it's rolling along the bottom there. Don't put goals in the chat until I've reacted, or mods will remove you. Here is Noni Madueke with the corner. One arm up. Arsenal players running towards the front post. Headed away by Jayden Bogle at the front post. And now Joe Rodon tries to win the header against Rice. It's gone back to Rice here after a deflection. Anton Stack trying to put a bit of pressure on him. Here's Trossard. Back now to Zubamendi. Hincapié that was, sorry. Here's Urian Timber. Cross into the box, headed straight up in the air by Rodon, but not away, and then away by Rodon. Only as far as Rice, though, picked up by Madueke here. Goodmanson tries to clear that one down the line. Aronson can't quite take it under his spell. It was a bit hard for him. Yeah, best of luck and get well soon, Andrew. Hope you're okay. Here's Carl Darlow. Here's Bogle. Back to Rodon. Strike with a little bit of a loose touch there, but Leeds get away with it. Here's Goodmanson. Back once more to Pascal. Don't know if you all saw that video circulating in the week. Of course, there was a couple of years ago. I can't remember which manager it was under. It might have been under Javi Gracia when we were in the relegation season. Leeds players just completely ignoring all the little kids who wanted an autograph and a hug or whatever off the players. And there was one that came out in the week of this squad where everybody is giving them a little high five, and Pascal Struijk went over and had a good chat with a little kid and gave him a hug and stuff. So good to see that those positive vibes are back in the squad. Welcome everybody who is joining us. 261 people in the chat. Make sure you hit that like button, hit that subscribe button if you're new here. As it stands, Arsenal have the ball with Urian Timber here for a throw-in over on the right-hand side for them. The left-hand side for Leeds. We are shooting towards the south stand. In this first half, here's Hierro Hincapié. Ball now to Leandro Trossard. Looking for a passing option. Goes central here to Declan Rice. Dropped off now to Zubimendi. Now Trossard once more. Switch that over to Saliba. Now Madueke. He had an overlapping run there of Jurrien Timber, but doesn't get the ball to him. But he has taken on Aronson, and now Gruev can come in with a good tackle there. That's going to be a Leeds throw-in as Trossard takes the ball out of play. A long throw from Leeds from the back there, but it's bounced all the way through and picked up there. Eventually back to Raya. Long clearance from Arsenal. Headed away there by Goodmanson. Timber with a very strange kick of the ball there, but Stacks headed that to Aronson. Aronson over on the left-hand side now, up against Gabriel, trying to come into the box. Tackled, but drops it off to Gruev. Gruev tries to cross it in. He tried to try and dig it out from under himself there, and it's cleared, but Leeds do still have the ball. Here's Joe Rodon now, after receiving the ball from Pascal. Now Bogle, tries to play a ball down the line for James Justin, but it's going to be a first corner for Leeds United here. First corner over by the away fans for Leeds. Good delivery here from Anton Stack required, and a good header from somebody like Rodon or Strauch. Stack then with the corner kick. Good cross into the box, headed away there by Havertz, I think it was. Ball back towards Stack once more. Gyökeres, though, defending there and eventually cleared by Hincapié. Now Trossard. I think that's a dive from Trossard as Aronson tried to get the ball back, but taken quickly. Here's Rice. Now Saliba carries that one forward over on the right-hand side. Jurrien Timber now. His brother, Quintin Timber, has just signed for Marseille during this transfer window. Twins they are. Here's Trossard. Now Hincapié. Good ball down the line there for Trossard. Bogle being a little bit handsy. Get your hands off his shirt. Good tackle there by Stack in the end, and a throw into Arsenal. Yeah, Bogle was very handsy there with, not in a weird way, with Trossard. Hincapié then with the throw-in. He's taking a long time. And then Gyökeres just plays the ball straight out of touch, and it's going to be a Leeds throw-in. James Justin then with the throw-in. That's going to be a Leeds goal kick as the ball's headed out there. See, Gyökeres has got he cost 65 million and has scored 5 Premier League goals so far. Dominic Calvert-Lewin costs £0 and has scored 9. Headed away there by Saliba, I think it was, and it's going to be a Leeds throw in here for James Justin once more. A flick on there by Calvert-Lewin, and apparently got an Arsenal touch, so it's going to be a Leeds United throw in over on the right hand side. just past the manager's technical areas. It's going to be James Justin, plays that one back to Joe Rodon. Now Pascal Strauch. Rodon once more. Plays that ball down the line there. Headed away though, but Leeds do pick the ball back up. Here's Anton Stack. A heavy touch there, but Leeds are trying to put a bit of pressure on Arsenal here. Problem is, Arsenal is such a good side with the ball. Good tackle though by Anton Stack. Arsenal is such a good side with the ball that Leeds are going to struggle to get the ball off them. They will just play through the press. Good little ball out wide to Goodmanson here. Goodmanson's cross goes over everybody, but picked up there by Bogle. Good tenacious work to get that ball off Hincapié. Good sliding tackle by Joe Rodon. Here's Ampadu on the edge. Ampadu shoots! Just over the bar, unlucky. Good bit of play by Leeds though. Good little bit of play by Leeds there. Good build-up. Just putting tackles in, putting old-fashioned tackles in, winning the ball back and shooting early. It's not a bad effort. He's just got to get his knee over the ball. Header by Strauch. Yeah, it was a foul on Strauch there. It's going to be a Leeds free kick. Good defending, good experience there. Yeah, Gyökeres just comes in with a shoulder barge to the ribs there. Here's Strauch. Now Joe Rodon. Gruev, back to Strauch. Rodon then with a bit of space to come forward now. Looking for a pass. Ampadu. Gruev now. Now Stack. Good ball out wide here to James Justin. His pass there is cut out. Let's hope that Leeds can win the second balls. No, it's picked up by Gyökeres, and now he's played a ball over the top towards Havertz, but Darlow can go and get that one. In fact, he's just going to let it go all the way out for a goal kick. Yeah, I think we've been fine so far in the opening exchanges. A whole lot better than we were at the Emirates. I can say that for certain. A whole lot better than we were at the Emirates. At the Emirates, we were really, really poor. Here's Darlow. Long clearance from him up to the halfway line. Calvert-Lewin loses out that header to Gabriel. Now Rodon with the header. Urian Timber over on the right-hand side. Get your hands off him, Gabby. Now back to Saliba. Back to Timber once more. Now Saliba inside to Rice. First time pass out to the wing once more. Madueke now. Back once again to the French centre-back. Rice across to Gabriel. Leeds are sat in two nice tight banks there, with Stack and Calvert-Lewin being the ones to go forward and put a bit of pressure on them. I mentioned this in my tactical preview, Tim, as well, the fact that we gave them too much respect. And people can sometimes say, well, what does that even mean? But it means that you're not closing people down when they've got the ball. You're scared to go and tackle them. You're scared to put pressure on the ball. It's good defending there from Ampadu, who's alive to that danger as the ball was laid across the box there. There's Aronson, wins Leeds a throw-in. Goodmanson then with a throw-in. Ball bobbling around a little bit in the middle of the park, but Trossard volleys that one back to David Raya, who I must say at this distance looks very similar to Alisson. I think you've got to write that Emirates performance off as just, I don't even know what happened there. We were awful, but let's just hope we can be a lot more competitive today is the main thing. Here's Anton Stack. Joe Rodon. Back now to Darlow. Good ball from him, but tackled there, Jaden Bogle by Hincapié, and now Trossard has it over on the left. Kai Havertz drops it off here to Zubamendi, who shoots, and it rolls straight through into Darlow's gloves. That's really the first shot of the game. Hincapié there goes down under the challenge of Bogle, but it's going to be a Leeds throw in. Yeah, Ampadu's going to come over and take the long throw in now on the right-hand side here, as Leeds look to get the ball in the boxes often as possible in this game. He's got a towel here as well. Ampadu, long throwing into the box, headed away. Goodmanson plays that one all the way back there to Darlow. Darlow sends it first time forward once more. Cleared by Trossard, chested down by Bogle. Now Ampadu. Justin back to Ampadu. Now Strauch. Gruev now. Back to Ampadu. Ampadu with the long ball down the line. That's going to go all the way through to David Raya there, as Calvert-Lewin was asking for it to be more to his chest than around the corner. Here's Gabriel now. Now Saliba. Tries to carry it forward here, plays it into the midfield. Trossard went down, but... Sorry, it wasn't Trossard, it was Gyökeres who went down, but Leeds have got the ball back. Here's Aronson. Now Stack plays it back to Goodmanson. Gruev. The thing is, Arsenal is so well organised as a defensive unit as well that it's so hard to break them down when you do get the ball back. And they've got such good defenders. Good tackle there by Pascal Strauch, but according to the referee, it's a foul. Don't think there was too much wrong with that tackle by Strauch, just a bit physical. But I think he said, Gyökeres is saying this isn't the first time he's fouled me, but I'm pretty sure that that is the first time that he's fouled him. The other ones, Gyökeres was just throwing himself to the ground. Gyökeres was all over Rodon there. And now Madueke is offside. Thank God for that, because he was actually illegally holding Rodon there. Darlow then with the free kick. Sends it long. Calvert-Lewin trying to win the header. Calvert-Lewin's not won a single header against Gabriel yet, but he was being held there. Ampadu towards Aronson. Away once more by Madueke. Now Ampadu. Back to Justin. It's difficult here for Leeds because anytime we do get the ball back, we struggle a little bit to do anything with it. They're very good defensively, Arsenal. Of course they are, they're the league leaders and they've got hundreds of millions of pounds worth of investment in the team. There must be a way through though. Here's Saliba. Now Zubimendi. Rice. Rice with a long ball forward towards Trossard, who's going to head that back to Hincapié, who can just keep it in, but he probably shouldn't have done because Leeds have got the ball back now, apart from Stack's loose pass there. Eventually it's going to be a Leeds throw-in, though. Yeah, they've got some very, very good defenders. And you know what as well? All of their fullbacks are basically centre-backs as well. Calafiori's a centre-back who plays full-back. Ben White's a centre-back who plays full-back. Hincapié was a centre-back for Bayer Leverkusen before signing for Arsenal. So all of their full-backs are essentially centre-backs, so it means that they're a very tall, physical back line. Zubimendi clears that one away. Well, Rodon somehow managed to get the ball away then, even though he was fouled, but it's going to be a Leeds free kick. Here's Justin. That's a long ball forward by Carl Darlow. Header there by Gabriel. He wanted a free kick from Calvert-Lewin there, pulling him, but nothing given. I think he is going to be an offside, though. Oh no, I think they did give a free kick in the end to Gabriel. Here's Havertz. Ball out to the left-hand side here for Trossard. Clearance away there by Rodon is good, but Leeds, that was too easy for them to get in behind then. We've got Okafor on the bench as well. Here's Hincapié. Now Zubimendi. Now Saliba. Madueke out on the right-hand side. Goes past Aronson. Cross into the box is deep. Headed away by James Justin, and it's going to be an Arsenal corner kick now. On the Leeds bench, for anybody wondering, because it's just been asked, is Lucas Perry, Sean Longstaff, Joel Piroux, Noah Okafor, Al Tanaka, Sebastian Bornau, Sam Byram, Wilfred Gnonto, and Facundo Buonanotte is the Leeds United bench. Rice then to take this corner. Ball comes into the box, away by Pascal Strauch. Good defensive header from him. It goes out to the right wing, though, for Gabriel. Gabriel tries to cross it back into the box, away by Rodon. Back in by Rice, away by Gruev. Twice, because he headed it to himself there. Ball across the box. Eventually, Leeds managed to clear that one for a throw-in rather than a corner. It's going to be a throw-in by Timber here. Good header by Strauch. Unfortunately, that is going to be another Arsenal corner, though. There wasn't even really many rumours, to be honest, Roger. There was the Strand Larsen rumour, Troy Parrott. I made videos on both of them. Made videos on a couple of other players as well. But there's not been that many. There's not been even that many rumours, to be honest. Madueke this time to take the corner rather than Declan Rice. Ball comes into the box. I think punched away maybe by Darlow that time, and then away once more by Rodon. Unfortunately for Stack, he couldn't get to the ball before. He couldn't get to the ball before Trossard there, but Bogle could get to the ball. before Hincapié. 2 balls on the pitch just whilst we take this throw in, so someone's going to have to kick the other one off. Hincapié with the throw in now. Hincapié and Mateus Fernandes, who signed for West Ham from Southampton in the summer, are very, very similar looking blokes. Here's Rice, block there by Bogle, stops it going into the box, but it is going to be another throw in for Arsenal. I think Declan Rice might be trying to take a long throw in here. Joe Depp 2198 with the £5 super sticker. Thank you so much for that. Ball into the box here, away by Stack. Thank you so much for the super sticker. I really appreciate it. Everyone, make sure you like that. Thank you so much for that. I'll leave it on screen for a second. Here's Madueke over on the right hand side. Little flick there to Timber, who crosses it in, away by Ampadu. It's only gone up in the air, and it's going to be another corner to Arsenal. Thank you, Joe, for that. Appreciate it. And another corner for Arsenal here. No wonder they score so many corners, because they have so many corners. Yeah, they all start at the back post in a big crowd, Arsenal, and then they all just flood the front post. It's important that Stack doesn't get sucked into that and make sure as he maintains his ground at the back post, punched away and then cleared away by Ampadu. Rice plays that back out to Madueke. He looked like he was going to cross it in then, but now he does cross it in. Header 1-0. Zubamendi. Really unfortunate. Arsenal 1, Leeds United 0. We lasted a lot longer than we did in the other game. That was coming, but look, I think that if we lose this game, which we're likely to, there'll be some people saying Farker out. There'll be some people saying that we should be winning games like this. So just don't, what I'll say is just don't get drawn into the ridiculousness, because this is Arsenal, this is the league leaders who had a perfect run in the Champions League group stage and have a squad worth hundreds and hundreds of millions of pounds. So this is not one we're expected to win. What we're looking for here is being competitive and potentially getting a goal back. Zubamendi then with the goal. Ampadu clears that one forward once more. Here's Gruev. I think even in a game like this, I'm not sure really what Gruev is offering. But the thing is, Michael, that's just ridiculous. Because all the evidence is that he's got us really close to being promoted, then got us promoted with 100 points, then done well in the Premier League. So I just don't get where that comes from. Here's Strauch. All the way back to Darlow. Calvert-Lewin tries to hold that one up, but Hincapié was all over his back and he can't, and then Stack blocks Rice's clearance, and it's going to be a throw-in. Yeah, but it's not going to happen now, Rich, is it? Because it's the 31st today, it's deadline day. Yeah, I'd like to see some more of Facundo Buonanotte. I'd like to see Tanaka come on for Gruev. Maybe even at half-time in a game like this. Because really, what have you got to lose? I suppose, yes, there's the goal difference. Yeah, but it's the Premier League, Michael. I was disappointed that he didn't make subs earlier. But this happens all the time. Like, the way that Leeds fans criticise Farke and the team for some of the results that we get in the Premier League is crazy. You'd think that every other club in the Premier League had never lost a game. Like, we're going to lose games. We're a newly promoted side. Throw in down the line there. It's going to be another throw in. Oh, February the 2nd. Thanks, CB. Still not much of a time to get any transfers done, though, is it? Here's Zubimendi. I mean, out of all the big, strong, tall Arsenal players that could have scored a header against us, it's bloody Martin Zubimendi, who's about 5'6". Here's Gruev. Good ball from him out wide to Ampadu, to Aronson. Both start with an A. Here's Aronson now. Now Gruev again. Now Bogle, headed away by Gyökeres on the cover there. James Justin. Rodon's just going to have to head that one back to Darlow calmly, and he does. Let's hope that Luna the Copcat gives us a little bit of luck for this one. Here's Strauch. Now Goodmanson tries to pop that one down the line, but it's tackled by Stack there, and that's going to be a Leeds United, Arsenal throw-in. Goodmanson with a bicycle kick clearance there. It's going to be another throw-in to Arsenal. Ampadu puts a good tackle in. Not a good tackle, apparently, on whatever the bloke is. Kai Havertz, that's the one. I mean, you'd think I'd remember his name. He scored a winning goal in a Champions League final. Declan Rice then with the free kick. Going to try and put the ball in the box here, I think, once more. Oh, no. Giving the ball quickly to Saliba. Leeds need to be alive to this, though, because Madueke is trying to get down the line here. Cross was blocked there by Strauch. Thank you so much, Mason. Hope this helps your goal. Thank you very much. I didn't realise you could hear the purring because I've got my headphones on. I didn't realise you could hear her purring. I could feel her vibrating, but thank you, Mason. I really, really appreciate that. Another corner here for Madueke to take over on the right-hand side. Everyone make sure you like Mason's super chat. Cross into the box now from Madueke. Header in towards the back post. It went right across the face of goal, and then Bogle can clear it left-footed. But it's actually just going to be a throw-in. We are really, really under pressure here now. Getting dominated by Arsenal, which of course was always going to be the case, but I mean, I'd like to see the live footage, not the replay. Gabriel, now Hincapié. Oh, come on, you big wimp. Calvert-Lewin happened to run past Gabriel, and now Gabriel's on the floor holding his shins. What are you doing? Hey, what are you doing? I don't know where the other one. He's probably causing mischief somewhere, the other little cat. Hey, where's your brother? I mean, he did stamp down his leg there. But yeah, when you watch it in full speed, he's just trying to get to the ball. He didn't get given a yellow card there. Calvert-Lewin, long ball forward. Bounces all the way out for a Leeds throw-in for Goodmanson there. Look, Leeds are defending well for the most part, but we're not really offering anything in the opposite direction. Krupi has scored for Bournemouth against Wolves, by the way, which is good news for us. Thanks, Mason. I really appreciate that. Ball forward here, headed away by Leeds. Why is Gruev trying to pass it to Goodmanson when he's on the floor? Leeds. See, the thing is, when Leeds do try and put too much pressure on Arsenal, they're too good for that. They're too good to be pressed into mistakes, really. Blofeld, is it, Roger? Maybe we should make some subs at half-time in this one, to be honest. So I think it's starting to get away from us, not with the scoreline, but with the events of the game, the way the game's flowing. Another cross. Nope. Now Declan Rice has got the ball once more. Saliba. Timber. Back to Madueke. Madueke trying to get the ball in the box. Good block there by Bogle defensively, but it is going to be another corner to Arsenal. I think Gruev off. Tanaka on. I think maybe Facundo Buonanotte might be a good shout as well. Cross into the box. Look. Darlow's just put it in his own net. Darlow's just shoved it in his own net. So this is what I'm saying about Leeds United. Oh my God, Darlow's just put it in his own net. When will Leeds fans learn? When will Leeds fans learn that it? When will Leeds fans learn that the better option is not always the one that we've got on the bench? Like, we'll always want the thing that we've not got on the pitch. Just don't know. That's shocking, though, isn't it? That's absolutely shocking. It's a push there by Gyökeres in Rodon's back. It is a Caldalo on goal there. Here's Stroke. I think genuinely, as it's gone on, we do seem more and more like we did in that initial game where we almost seem scared against them. Here's Rodon. Now Stroke. Rodon. Intercepted by Trossard, and it's a Leeds throw-in. Darlow also did in the... Do you remember in the Carabao Cup against Sheffield Wednesday? Where it was from a tight angle and he just put it through his own legs into the net. But the thing is, have any of the other newly promoted sides beaten Arsenal? Or even got a point out of them? Like, we're a newly promoted side. We've had one season to spend money. We've spent about 100 million. Arsenal have probably spent that every season for the last however many seasons. So, what, like, how can we do that? Here's Stack. Good ball to Bogle there. Down the line to Aronson now. He's not really got anyone with him. He's done well there, Aronson. Got the ball to Bogle. Now Ampadu. So you got to go forward there, Ampadu. Otherwise, there's no chance we've ever got of scoring. Yeah, Calvert-Lewin just has struggled to even win anything in the air. Here's Aronson. Now Justin. Rodon. Bogle. Anton Stack. Good ball in from Justin. Hits the arse of Rice. Now Ampadu. To Bogle. Good ball across the box. Just went through everyone and then cleared by Madueke. Arsenal not won a game in 3. Poor Paul. Like, come on, lads. Let's be serious. Arsenal are top of the league. They won the Champions League group stages without dropping a single point. What? Like, yes, we're not playing very well, but it's because we're not playing very well because Arsenal are the best side in the country at the moment. Like, it doesn't matter what their form is. This is ridiculous. Like, we can't be. This is why people don't like Leeds fans. We can't be that arrogant that we think that we are ever going to get anything out of Arsenal in our first season up when they're the best team in the league. It's mental. Like, what are we talking about here? This is not their second team. The only person who's dropped is Ødegaard. Everything else is their first team. Nine changes from what, though? It's going to be a foul against Gruev there by Madueke, I think it was, and it's going to be a Leeds free kick. Here's Goodmanson. Look, every time we get the ball, we give it away. Here's Madueke. Played into Havertz. It's a really, really good tackle by Ethan Ampadu there. A really, really good tackle by Ampadu. Ball was played back across the box there, and it was just going into the pass of Havertz to run onto it first time. And a really good challenge by Ampadu. I think the other thing we do is we forget that there's another team on the pitch. We forget that it's not just Leeds. Like, of course they're going to make us look worse because they're so good. We do need to improve, though, in the second half. If nothing else but to preserve our goal difference a little bit. Rice with a really good outside of the football out to Madueke on the right wing. It was a bad own goal by Darlow. Away by Calvert-Lewin there. Oh, there's 2 minutes added on, by the way. We were poor against Brighton and Burnley before we changed system. Gruev, Goodmanson, and then it's going to be Strauch still down here holding his lower back. Ooh, I think he fell directly onto his back, probably knocked the wind out of himself. Long ball forward there from Darlow. Calvert-Lewin wins the header. Breyer's going to come out and claim that and roll it straight out to Timber. Leeds have won it back, though. Here's Aronson, giving it away straight away. Aronson's not going to have an effect on this game, so take him off at half-time. Aronson off and Tanaka off, and Gruev off for Tanaka and another striker who's actually going to go up front and help. That is half-time. I'm just going to go and feed the cats, and I will be back very, very shortly. Hello. We really do make a rod for our own backs, don't we? Because you're going in at half-time 1-0 down. It's surmountable. You can have a comeback from that. But that goal that we conceded is ridiculous. Doesn't it change soon? Somebody let me know on this, but I'm sure the PSR rules change soon. And it means that you can... it means that it won't be so restrictive on clubs who are trying to compete with the top clubs. Which, if that was a possibility, next summer we would spend big. If we can stay up and spend another 100 million... That was the problem with the last time we came up as well. We spent quite a lot when we first got promoted, and then we were like, right, now that we've survived a season, we won't spend as much in the summer. And we barely spent anything the next year, I'm pretty sure, and we didn't strengthen. Whereas if you spend another 100 million next season, it would build us up to be a more well-rounded Premier League squad. But yeah, I'm hoping for some substitutions. What I would do is Gruev off, Tanaka on, Aronson off. Who else is on the bench? I don't know. Nonto. I'm thinking like maybe we need another more physical striker, but at least... you would know that Thingy stayed for... Nonto would be a more attacking, kind of forward-thinking player than Aronson. Now, Aronson does bring the ball forward. I mean like an actual striker. Buonanotte as well. But if we do go play 4-3-3, I just think we're going to get overrun again. But maybe we would make them think twice about... They've got a 2-goal cushion, so they wouldn't. But maybe if we were 0-0 and we put 3 forwards on and 3 people forward a bit more, they would think twice about attacking against us. But it's just that is... they've got that cushion now, so they're not going to care. They will just go, okay, we'll just throw more players forward and score even more. I just want to get to the summer, to be honest. Farkas' job at the end of the season depends entirely on who's available as well in the summer. Because if there's a good manager available and we can get them, much like when we could have sacked Jesse Marsh and got Unai Emery, if there's somebody like that available, obviously not himself, then you've obviously got that incentive to go, do you know what, yeah, let's do it. But if there's no one that's good enough that's available, then it's a stupid decision to get rid of him, because he is solid with the players. He's probably already done better than he ever did with Norwich. This season because of some actual investment. Now Okafor seems to be getting ready to come on. Okafor might be bringing his... Okafor might be coming on here. Okafor and Longstaff. Clive, I think you're delusional about Leeds. I think you're delusional about... There's the size of the club, and there's a completely separate thing to how good we are as a football team, and how good our ceiling even is as a football team with a current squad. But we shouldn't be top 10. We're a newly promoted side. That's not how it works. Like, I could maybe understand that as a Leeds fan, if your first ever season watching Leeds was with Bielsa finishing 9th. But you know that, surely you know that rarely ever happens to a newly promoted side. We're a big club, but we're not a big team. That's the time before that we got promoted. Okafor's coming on. James Justin is being withdrawn as well. So let's change that out. Looks like we are going to go 4-3-3. Let's get ready to start this second half. And we are underway here in the second half. Goodmanson's already got the ball here. Cross across the box. Nearly got a goal back there, Calvert-Lewin. So it's going to be a Leeds corner kick. Already Leeds have had a better chance. Ball into the box, cleared away at the front post. Longstaff does well to get the ball back to Stack. Now Longstaff again. Cross into the box is poor there. I've changed the lineup now so you can all see it's more of a 4-3-3. Free falling with the £5 super chat. Really appreciate that. Free falling. Thank you very much. We have not got a bad squad. More than good enough to stay up. We need to start using more players and change it around a bit. Yeah, the fact that we have barely seen Facundo Buonanotte is evidence as well of that we just haven't really used a new signing that we've brought in January who can do a job for us. Thank you, Free Falling, for the super chat. Really appreciate that. And also, thank you as well to Mr. P for the super chat. Super chat for 3 Leeds goals, laughing faces. Yeah, wouldn't that be a nice thing? That would be rather amazing if we came back, but never say never in football, especially at Elland Road. We've seen some mad comebacks there in the past. Thank you for the super chat, Mr. P. Here's Timber. Yeah, Goodmanson's gone to left back, Bogle to right back, Rodon and Strauch centre backs, which ironically sets us up in a very similar way to the way that we played against Arsenal in the away fixture. Goodmanson wins the ball back there. Here's Ampadu. Our next games are Forest, then Chelsea, then the FA Cup. If we can get 4 points out of Forest and Chelsea, then happy with that. Here's Goodmanson. Back to Ampadu now. Yeah, that's true, Chewy, but I mean even as like substitute appearances. Goodmanson keeps that ball in. Good challenge there by Longstaff. Now Goodmanson clears that one once more. Calvert-Lewin battles there for it. Aronson heads it on towards Okafor. Okafor still going here. Does well there, Okafor, to Bogle. Bogle now on the right-hand side. Cross is going to be a corner there, I think, to Leeds. Yep, corner for Leeds. We seem to be better. Look, this is what we asked for. We asked for Daniel Farke to be proactive, to make changes at half-time in games where things aren't going our way, and he's done it here. Let's hope that it makes a difference. If we can get a headed goal now from a corner, it really changes the complexion of this game. Stack with a ball into the box. Strout gets a header on it. Too tame, though, and Raya is able to drop down to his right-hand side and save it. Here's Havertz trying to play the ball forward. Cut out, though, by Jayden Bogle. Well, here's Aronson. Back to Darlow, and Darlow sends that one long. Rice heads that away. Throw into Leeds. Ampadu then. Across to Rodon. Now Strauch. Ampadu with a strong pass there to Goodmanson, but Goodmanson's done well to control it and give it back to Darlow. Calvert-Lewin wins that header, but he feels like he was fouled there maybe by Gabriel as he went up for it. Gabriel got under him and nearly flipped him over. Yeah, but now that we're playing with wingers as well, that's a chance for Nonto to maybe come on the wing as well. Gyökeres is in behind here. Great challenge by Joe Rodon. Really good challenge by Joe Rodon. So really, Gyökeres was in behind there, literally one-on-one with the goalkeeper, and a fantastic tackle from Joe Rodon. Corner kick to come in then. Header away. Goes. Oh, it wasn't a header away, actually. It was Timber with a header over the bar. So, does that mean that everybody wants Meslier back in net then? Darlow getting ready to send this goal kick long. Good header by Calvert-Lewin, but Arsenal still get the ball back. They always seem to get the ball back. They always seem to have a passing option as well. Here's Timber. Anton Stack trying to chase back here. Ball out wide to Madueke. Madueke into the box. Good tackle there by Anton Stack. And he's going to win Leeds a throw-in. He's not even a Leeds player anymore, Elia Capriel. Sold him for pennies. Same with Charlie Cresswell. But you don't know with Charlie Cresswell. You don't know whether he would have developed the same if he hadn't have gone there. But maybe a buyback clause would have been good. Timber with a nice turn there, but Somehow they've still got the ball, and then eventually Ampadu can try and clear it. That's a foul on Ampadu, though, and it's going to be a free kick to Leeds. A lot of managers don't like to throw players straight into the team, though, Dave, to be fair as well. Because Buonanotte has played one Premier League game this season for Chelsea. So he's not exactly sharp. But he could get more minutes off the bench. Here's Okafor out on the left-hand side. Cross into the box, away there by Saliba. Rodon, back to Strauch. It's our delivery into the box as well that needs to be better. Here's Longstaff. He's looking for options, but he's just got nothing. There's just a wall of blue Arsenal shirts. What do you mean, Andrew? The team's updated on the screen. It is updated. Here's Ampadu. Hi, tea in a barrel, welcome. Rodon. Ball out wide to Bogle now. I must say that I do think we've looked better since we started this second half. We do look better. Goodmanson with a cross into the box. Calvert-Lewin kind of drops out the way, ducks out the way. Bogle with the ball back in. He's put it right on the goalkeeper who catches it. Yeah, but you don't like it. You can't really say that who's scamming you, because this formation has worked really well against all the other sides. So how would he know that it wasn't going to? Like, you can't see the future. He set us up in a way to be strong defensively, and our goalkeeper's throwing the ball in the back of the net. Like, what can he really do about that? It would have been 1-0, which wouldn't have been that bad, but... Here's Strauch. Now Rodon. Leeds seem to have had a lot more of the ball in this half as well, considering that we have traditionally had less of the ball in the 4-3-3, but maybe that's due to the fact that Arsenal might be dropping off a little bit. Goodmanson. Back to Longstaff. Plays that one across to Strauch. Now Rodon. Yeah, well, Chelsea are playing West Ham later, so if Chelsea lose against West Ham, it's a free kick to Arsenal. I don't know why. I don't really know why Ampadu waited so long to go in for that. No, he's not, Freddie, and he keeps getting told off for it, but he just doesn't, like... Yeah, let's hope that Chelsea do a job. Let's hope that Chelsea do a job on, as much as it pains me to support Chelsea in a victory. Hopefully they beat West Ham. Here's Zubamendi, plays the ball across the box, away by Bogle. Now Longstaff gives the ball to Aronson. He's just not really got anything going on ahead of him there, Aronson. What's he meant to do? We don't really get forward. Ampadu, try and play a long ball out to the left wing. He was thinking about it, but he just doesn't commit to it. You might lose the ball, but you might also get Okafor in down the wing. Here's Goodmanson carrying it down the left-hand side now. Goodmanson feels he was fouled there, and a good free kick position for Leeds. Timber's going to get himself a yellow card as well. No, it's the elbow across the... It's not about blocking his path, it's about the elbow across the chest and up into the chin. Goodmanson's probably one of our signings of the summer. I think Goodmanson, Stack and Calvert-Lewin have been really, really good as signings. So's Jacobillo, to be fair. Don't forget, that really good run that we were on, Jacobillo defensively was a big, big part of that. So you've also got to think that he's missing from the lineup. Metcher is out of the squad. Dan James is out of the squad. We're missing some quite important players. So shout out to Ankalima12, who's given a £3 super chat. Come on, Leeds. Thank you very much for that. Make sure you like the super chats in, everybody. So corner, well, not a corner kick, a free kick in a similar position to a corner for Leeds here. Anton Stack, I think, might be the one trying to deliver it. Stack whips it in, away by Havertz. Aronson, ball bobbling around, and then eventually Trossard can clear it. Martinelli and Ødegaard are going to be the substitutions for Arsenal. Yeah, Martinelli and Ødegaard are going to come on now for Madueke. And Havertz is coming off as well. Martinelli and Ødegaard. That's the Arsenal changes. Looks like it's actually more of a 4-2-3-1 than it is a 4-3-3. But that's the Arsenal changes for now. Leave them up for the next 5 minutes or so that people can see what the changes are. Anton Stack with a header forwards. Okafor. Goodmanson now. Strauch. Good turn there by Sean Longstaff as he carries the ball forward here. Now Okafor. Goodmanson. Back now to Strauch. The fact that they can bring on Martinelli and Ødegaard off the bench says a lot about the quality of their squad. No Arsenal player has more goals than own goals this season, i.e. Arsenal's top scorer this season is own goals from other sides, which is mad. Absolutely mad. Here's Stack, Okafor out on the left-hand side. Now Ampadu. Rodon. Now Bogle. Aronson slips but keeps the ball. Ball down the line from Longstaff. Aronson keeps it in. Bogle now. It just isn't... Someone said it a second ago. It was Mark, I think. Just no way through. It just seems like that, doesn't it? They seem impenetrable. They're obviously not, because Man United scored 3 against them, but... Yeah, Leeds fans wanted the ball to go forward here. Good little flick. And now Bogle. Can he do something with it here on the edge? Still bobbling around and then eventually cleared by Declan Rice. Now Ampadu picks it back up. Aronson. Try and get the ball in the box. Ampadu with his left foot. Good ball in. Headed straight up in the air, but not gone very far. Ball bobbling around in the box. Leeds trying to get a touch on it, but it's again cleared away by Arsenal. Rodon tries to put the ball down the line, but it's going to be an Arsenal throw-in. Better from Leeds, though. Putting the ball into the box. Causing chaos. Come on, Leeds. Hincapié then with the throw-in. Let's try and put more pressure on them. Just have the ball drop in the box and have them scrambling to clear it. At least once it should just drop to a Leeds player to shoot. It's going to be a Leeds throw-in. Look, if we can get one back soon, it makes Arsenal have to think twice about their game plan of just holding out till the end. But just if it was only 1-0 and that stupid goal hadn't gone in, we just never ever seem to be able to get a goalkeeper who doesn't make mistakes. Long throw into the box. Strout chests it straight to Martinelli, who clears it. Goes all the way to Darlow, who's going to send that one back long. Calvert-Lewin wins a good little flick on there towards Aronson. Ball into the box, headed away there. Goodmanson can try and put a bit of pressure on Martinelli here. That's going to be a lead. It's either going to be a Leeds corner or a Leeds throw in. I think it's going to be a Leeds corner there. Strauch telling Stack to slow down and calm down a little bit. Ball into the box, headed away. Longstaff plays that one all the way back to Bogle. And eventually all the way back to Darlow, who sends that one long. Calvert-Lewin can't keep it in. It's going to be a throw into Arsenal. In the Lake District, Clive, assuming that he's talking about the same one. North Lake District. It's a nice place, Keswick. Used to live about maybe an hour away from there. Maybe an hour and a half. Here's Timber coming forward. Ball out to the right-hand side for Martinelli. Martinelli, Leeds think was offside. His cross was blocked anyway by Goodmanson. You can see that Martinelli's got a right handful of Goodmanson's shirt, and now he's given... The linesman's right in front of it. That's just blatant cheating then from the linesman. You just... Yeah, don't give away cheap free kicks according to the commentator, but have a look at the footage back. Martinelli has got a handful of bloody Goodmanson's balls, and yeah, the free kick goes the other way. Crossing situation here then for Ødegaard to put in the box. Plays it in short. It looked like a routine that Martinelli was going to step over the ball and let it roll through, but Leeds dealt with it well in the end. Read it well, Goodmanson. Timber to Ødegaard. Back now to Saliba. Rodon. Now Aronson loses the ball. Look, Aronson's been really good recently, but he's not good in this game. He needs to be taken off. He's not strong enough. Strauch's slide tackle there is not good enough to stop Martinelli as he crosses it into the box. It's 3-0. Shite. Really bad defending. It's just poor defending. It's just really, really poor defending. Strauch, he gets there to defend against it, but you don't want your centre-back out on the wing defending it. What's Rodon doing? What's Rodon doing there? Have you seen Rodon there? Why? That's just above his head. Bogle doesn't do enough. Rodon could have headed that away. I don't know what he's doing. What is that? Shocking. Aronson off. Buonanotte on. Why did Joe Rodon leave that? Why wasn't Bogle? Well, I don't even blame Bogle because he should have. He was expecting him to just head it away. It's not that was nothing to do with the goalkeeper. That's shocking from Rodon. But it wasn't just Strauch, it's all of them. Timber went up for that late on Darlow there. He's already on a yellow card. Okafor bringing the ball forward here down the left-hand side. Stack can get there, though, on the left-hand side. Shocking from Stack. I mean, to be honest, Mark, like, you don't want to be doing these sorts of mistakes against Forest, do you? You'd rather them happen against Arsenal because you're less likely to win that game anyway. Make sure you hit that like button, everybody. If not for Leeds, then for me. Here's Strauch. Darlow. Now Darlow again. Clears that one. Strauch away. Seems like this time that we've come up, Arsenal are just going to absolutely rinse us every time they get a chance. Darlow catches that cross. Yeah, I don't know, Mayor. I don't know. Buonanotte's on the pitch. He just hasn't had a touch yet. Thanks, Justin. See you later. Calafiori is going to come on for Arsenal. Ampadu heads that one back towards Calvert-Lewin, who's been held the whole time. Buonanotte now. Ampadu. Buonanotte penalised there. Now Gabriel Jesus is warming up as well. It's too many bloody subs. Here's Buonanotte. Oh, what are you doing, man? Just gives it straight out for a throw-in. Really, really poor. Yeah, Calafiori is coming on. And so is Gabriel Jesus. I just don't know why Rodon didn't just head the ball away then. So weird. Have they got a bet on or something? Shocking. Here's Saliba. Here's Rice carrying the ball forward now. Leeds trying to clear the ball. It's fallen to them. And then Jesus just puts it wide. Shock him. Not them, us letting him through. Rice ran from the halfway line and then nearly gave it to Jesus. Look, if you're going to complain about Bogle, A, spell his name right, and B, seriously, learn about football. Why? I don't understand what your thing is against Bogle. He's one of our better players, and how can he expect Rodon to just not head the ball away? I don't know who Tansker is either. He's Okafor. Look, we can't manage a 5-yard pass anymore. No, but there's ridiculous opinions that are completely... They're not opinions, they're wrong. Like, unanimously, there's only one person saying it. Cross into the box. Header. Really good save by Darlow. Good save by Darlow as that comes into the box. Another corner then to Arsenal. Thing is, football's actually not fun to watch when it's like this, is it? Like, until we get to the point where we're actually winning more games than we're losing, it's genuinely not that enjoyable of a thing to do, watch Leeds. Like, genuinely, like, what when we actually think about it, what are we getting out of it? Because we just get angry, stressed, annoyed. Like, what are we actually getting out of it? Like, until the point where this is the whole thing with football, until the point where you can actually compete because you need enough money to compete, and the whole system's rigged to not let anybody else into the new Big Six, you can't do anything. Header into the box. Away by Calafiori over the bar. Goal kick to Leeds. Brighton 1, Everton 0. Pascal Gross in the 73rd minute, apparently. Anton Stack is going to come off for Leeds, and Wilfred Gnonto is going to come on, which I imagine means that Buonanotte is going to go and play in the midfield, and Gnonto is going to go out on the wing. And Eze is coming on for them as well. No, I didn't think we were going to win. That's what I mean. Like, the championship was fun. The championship was actually enjoyable because we were winning every week and it was good to watch and we celebrated goals all the time. Even this season, where we've not been that bad and we've been above the relegation zone for most of it, we're still losing nearly all of our games. So therefore, like, it's not fun until we can get a ridiculous amount of money. Like, the whole system doesn't really work of football, does it? Rodon does well with that tackle there. It is like 146. It literally is just about money, isn't it? The whole system is balanced on the edge of a knife, and if one day there's a wage cap or something like that, the whole thing just falls down. Yeah, look, I never expected us to win this game. I was faintly optimistic that we might be able to get a point at home. But it is annoying the way that the goals have happened. Joel Pereira is getting ready to come on. Strauch sends that one forward towards Calvert-Lewin. It's going to bounce all the way through to Raya. This is what I mean. Like, it is just, at some point it does just get demoralising to watch. And usually I'm very, very upbeat about Leeds. Here's Eze. Don't let him go on one of those mazy runs and score from his own box. Here's Saliba. Little ball down the line, cut out there by Goodmanson. Now Okafor. Ball into Calvert-Lewin, little flick to Nonto. Now Rodon. Longstaff. Here's Longstaff, now Bogle. Now Nonto. Longstaff goes for a shot. Blocked. Nonto still trying to get the ball back. Yeah, Calvert-Lewin for Peru. Well, give Peru a little chance to play. Okafor was pushed in the back with two hands there by Saliba. I don't know, why does that not get pulled up in professional football? Here's Calafiori. Really good turn by Gabriel Jesus. Really good goal. Too easy though again. Yeah, look, it's Arsenal, isn't it? But look, if we hadn't have made stupid mistakes, like ridiculously stupid mistakes, it would have been 2-0 and that's not as embarrassing. He's too, like, how is he too strong for Struijk when Struijk's the centre-back and Gabriel Jesus is a small forward? It's a foul by Rodon. They're in again here. Here's Martinelli. Good tackle by Struijk, but they're still in. Good save by Darlow. Rice then with this corner kick. And towards the back post, headed back across off the line by Strauch. Headed back in, and then Darlow can catch it. Here's Ampadu. Here's Buonanotte. Nonto. Now Rodon. Buonanotte plays that one straight into touch, which sums up our game today. Clearance by Arsenal. Header by Strauch. Flicked on by Ampadu. Now Joe Rodon with the ball. Jaden Bogle. Here's Buonanotte trying to come forward. Buonanotte can't do anything with it once he gets into the box, though. Taken away from him. Rice now. Now Eze. Thanks, Big Alameo. Really, really appreciate that. Good stream. We'll be back on track next week with a $10 super chat. Thank you very, very much for that. Make sure everybody goes and likes the super chats as well. Really, really appreciate that one. Makes me feel slightly better considering how badly the game's gone. Here's Saliba. Don't know how long's been added on yet. Four minutes. Here's Rice. Odegaard. Arsenal fans are olaying. Ball forward there was caught by Darlow. Yeah, look, like Sheena's saying, we're never expected to win this game. It's just the manner of the defeat, which is the frustrating thing. Don't forget we're without some of our signings as well, like Jacobi Yol. Metcher as well, who scored a couple for us this season. Jesus trying to get that ball back. Strauch tackles, and it's going to be... Do you know what? I always feel like when we're playing a back four, Strauch and Rodon, a lot of the time, they end up so far wide. And sometimes both centre-backs are out in the left-back position, and you go, "What? Why are you so wide?" No problem, Tanya. Thanks for joining us. It is it is very demoralising to commentate on when I would just turn it off and go and do something else, and I've got to do a match reaction afterwards. Cross comes in from Odegaard. Header over the bar. Now Calafiori's trying to start on Ampadu for some reason. I'm not sure what that was there. Ampadu just had his hand on the back of Calafiori's head. Darlow sends that one away. Yeah, it was an own goal. Yeah, I know, Randall, but it's kind of like that's why we solved most of our defending problems with going to a back three, because it meant that we could have an extra one in the middle. Well, that's the end of it. A lot of people said it would be a difficult fixture for Arsenal, this one. Didn't turn out that way quite. Game's finished at Bournemouth as well. Bournemouth 2, Wolves 0, which is of course good for us. And then Chelsea West Ham later today. Hopefully West Ham lose and we'll stay 6 points clear. Regardless, though, really, really poor. And I think I just missed a super chat. Yeah, there, Robert. Take it for what it is. Regroup and get something from Forest is a must. Games after that are tough. Thank you, Robert, so much for the super chat. Really appreciate it. Wouldn't it be good as well for confidence if we could score a few goals? Like, if we could win that game and we could win it comfortably and score 2 or 3, or win by 2 or 3 goals, it would do our confidence wonders. It really would. Thank you so much, Robert, for the super chat and also for your moderation in this as well. Thank you very much. I really, really appreciate that. Everyone, make sure you go and like the super chats as well from Robert. Look, Leeds United lost 4-0. And unfortunately, that has really damaged our goal difference as well. But let's try to move on. I am going to do a match reaction and pick apart what happened in this game, but let's try to move on to the next one and take advantage of the fact that Forest are also struggling this season. Let's go and get 3 points. Thanks for watching, and I'll see you in the next one.